I literally feel as though this month is going to be uncharted territory. My name is Kamala. I'm an evidential medium and I also channel. And today I am going to be channeling with you, and I've already started pre channeling. So let me just walk you through the month of May week by week. And I want you to understand that absolutely everything that is coming into our energetic field this month is part of an engineered hidden agenda. And I know that sounds very conspiracy theory, and I don't often like to move into the place of conspiracy. I'll just be honest with you. I feel like a conspiracy theory often isn't practical. It doesn't help our soul, but we are in uncharted territory. And as I started to just do my skincare routine and start to put down, put a shirt on to wear for this, I realized that my channel was already starting to guide me to what I need to share with you. And it starts with a very broad understanding of the history of Earth. Now, the oldest fossils that we have are 3.7 billion years old. Okay. And I want you to understand that Earth is older than that. And that when I open up my channel, I actually start to connect to this non-human intelligence that helps to guide me with clarity, with messages for the collective, so that you can understand how to energetically be the light in the storm. And what I was shown is that Earth is extremely rare. Now, indigenous nations around the world, the leaders, the shamans, the spiritually attuned understand how important it is to cultivate a connection to Earth. They're always advocating harmony, balance. And it's not just because recycling feels good in 2025. It is because they have a heightened sensitivity to understanding the delicate nature of Earth. And so it is quite interesting to me that I was shown that there are 3 planets that are millions of light years away from Earth that are holding life. And I will share those names to you. I have the first name is K218b. This was the most recently discovered planet by NASA, and that is a planet that they believe holds life. It is millions of light years away, and our physical bodies are not capable of interstellar travel. There was also another discovery made that's 245 light years away, and that is TOI-7336. Now, bear with me. I'm only going to list one more crazy name planet like that. And the next one that is easier to understand, that holds life, which is different than how we look, is Kepler 452b. Now, as I was getting ready for recording this video, I will tell you, I was shown that our ability to sustain life on Earth for as long as we've had it here has been remarkable. In fact, other intelligent galactic federation, species, energies, non-human intelligence, UAPs, are often in the field of our awareness, our ability to see them, because they are attempting to make contact with us, and they do make contact with some of us, but they are helping to save our planet and our Earth. We will be seeing more UAPs for the month of May. And that is particularly connected to the India and Pakistan war that's on the brink of breaking out into physical war. But I want you to see that they are here to help as much as possible to guide a peaceful resolution in order to maintain life itself. So I want you to understand that we are one of the last living planets for thousands of light years. Earth is precious. and the intervention of these multidimensional beings. It will be working with you. It will be working in different areas around the world. And that is to help level up your consciousness so that you change the daily actions that you take in your life. These are connected to ancestral contracts that I'm shown these intelligent guiding beings have actually contacted older generations of your family members. So going back in time, they have made contact to other family members. And I want you to understand that we must be aware of the engineered chaos that is unfolding right now. That engineered chaos is meant to be a test of our individual sovereignty, our ability to stand up and say that we advocate for something different than what we're being told to do. Old systems are, in the month of May, eroding. We are being guided in this uncharted struggle to get connected to our values, and for us to not just accept the control of the hidden agenda that has been placed in main media and with certain individuals on social media. Understand there are many false narratives that are being shared. And it's important for you to understand what resonates as truth and what inspires you to take action, and for you to choose love and positive action as a way to prepare yourself against waves of fear. The best way to hold on to a narrative of light is by being the light, because the world will experience a lot of new latitudes of chaos. You are meant to be a guiding ship and a beacon of comfort and hope to the people in your community. And if you are somebody who's here that's watching and is simply struggling, I want you to understand that there will be guided, energetic help, and that you're required to rest. Not all of us can be carrying the torch of light every step of the way. There will be times where we need to rest. We need to repair ourselves. Because a lot of the way that the 12 thrones are controlling the narrative is through impulsive, quick changes. Now, here's a new term I haven't shared with you before, which came through the 12 thrones. This is connected to clans of family around the world that meet in secret in order to promote their economic and tech-orientated policies. It is what they see is going to help humanity without discussing it with humanity. So I will just call that hidden shadow group of individuals that are never seen by the media, whose names we don't know, as simply the 12 thrones, who are attempting to grasp on to power as much as possible. And I do believe that one of the players in this manipulation is our United States government. The month of May is literally engineered to benefit the 12 thrones. It is engineered to start to suppress natural resources such as sunlight, the hidden accords that are for the first time in history being made public start in England. And that I see will actually start May 11th is the intuitive download, when the UK will start to block the sunlight in an effort to reduce environmental damage. I want you to understand that there will be many interruptions and fallacies to that plan. What they believe will run smoothly and without any sort of consequence or side effect is simply not true. I also see that there will be issues and interruptions and unpredictable side effects like poor yield with crops and food shortages. And I hate to be making people feel panicked. So please understand, hear me out to the end. I will also share with you that there will be the individuals who are bold, who are being called forth to be warriors of light, to speak their truth, to make videos and essays, and to ask questions about what the 12 thrones or the status quo is attempting to do to the collective. There will also be warriors of light that take action. We have already seen this happening in the UK with the smart cities that have attempted to be instilled on the people there. I also want to point out that there will be an EMF overload for the month of May. It is a type of energetic warfare. It is meant to be sent through media, social media, and it's meant to cause a lot of brain fog, fatigue, and fear. It is something that you will feel when you get overloaded with watching too much content that literally peaks emotional exhaustion within you. My guides actually say that the best way to reduce your EMF overload is by simply disconnecting and moving into nature. Now, mid-May, and specifically mid-May would be May 11th to May 18th or 20th, I see that there will be another abrupt economic policy in the United States, and that there will be an abrupt economic policy change, and that will be connected to food shortages and supply reductions. This is impacted by the tariffs that are being leveraged by that country abroad. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say or I'll get censored. So just want to say, please be aware that there will be resources for everyone. You don't need to panic, but some of the items that are unnecessary or what we would consider luxury goods, as well as items that are just like interior decor, fashion, things that are not ultimately hyper essential, will actually be very sparse on the shelves. I would encourage you to make sure that you're fully stocked with workout equipment or that you have a gym membership. But the reduced resources and the restrictions to purchasing things that were always at our fingertips will lead to emotional outrage. Emotional reactivity easily triggered in the month of May will be because of EMF overload and because of this engineered economic crisis. I also kept getting a sick feeling for the mid part of May. And for me, I feel like the disgust is from people who are panicked about the decision making of government leaders. These interruptions and unpredictable shortages will lead to the end of May, which will be people that step into finding ways to purge the truth out. People will be aggressively researching and looking into the statements made as is connected to the economic policies that are being put into place. There will be intellectuals that step forth to continue to bring awareness about the attempt to end democracy. I also see that towards the end of May, it will be a complete crisis about the escalated tension between India and Pakistan. That will also touch into the Mideast and cause other massive warlike disruptions to happen. And I can't be specific about what that means because I'm not allowed to share that stuff on social media. But please understand, by May 23rd, there will be very much massive displays of dominance, dynamic opposition, heated debates, and tech manipulation. I very specifically see that there will be issues in Buffalo and in Maine as related to border issues towards the mid to end of May. I also see that weather will be impacted in the tornado alley, that corridor, that there will be an increased activity of storms, tornadoes, and ultimately homes that will be destroyed. I understand it's going to be sort of like a super tornado year for that specific area. And that's from Texas all the way up to the plain states like Oklahoma that get impacted by tornadoes. But I specifically heard the tornado alley as being the area where we will see the most increase in activity. And I want to add that I do believe, as I channeled and looked at what occurred in Spain and as well as Portugal with the blackout, that there will be something small and akin to that that happens in specific areas of the East Coast. So I believe that's going to happen in the East Coast. I see that this is connected to areas like Virginia, Pennsylvania. I also believe maybe parts of Florida, but most essentially from the East Coast of like Virginia down to Florida, that there could possibly be a type of blackout. That might also occur in Buffalo, and that might be why I also see those border issues and tension there. Let me look back through my notes. Please understand that this month is engineered chaos. The test is for you to find the truth and to share it with the people who are around you, to make change and to encourage people to lean into healthy solutions instead of tyranny. I also want to bring up one other piece that I will add is part of this agenda of deconstructing the power of the people, which is the further eradication of the family dynamic, particularly in America. I see that there is an attempt to shift the core identity of what family is. That is being done both through tech, it is being done through job placement. So I think that there will be less resources for women to be able to work and have families very specifically. I believe that that's going to be a challenge in America moving towards the end of the year. I also want to say that there will be a continued challenge to integrate the youngest members of family into being present, because that tech disruption of having them constantly on a device like an iPad or a phone has become a new parenting technique. And that parenting technique is actually the integration of early stages of transhumanism into the early generations. That is part of the way that tech will disrupt that family dynamic. I will leave it up to you whether you think that that is planned or it's simply a byproduct. That's up to you. But I actually believe that there are a lot of intelligent people that are connected to the 12 thrones that want to retain their status quo, because it is old clans that have had power for many generations that do not want to lose the edge of what their family controls. They also have a lot of agents working inside the government for their agenda. So with this month, please check into your body. Make sure that you are taking time to sleep, making sure that you take time to restore your energy. If you feel depleted, if you feel burnt out, if you're dealing with many health issues that seem to be peaking in the month of May, that's an indication that you're one of the light workers that needs to rest and repair your energy and work at healing your health. This collective needs you. We need you healthy and whole. So make sure that while you work with your primary physician, that you're also looking into holistic ways to heal. Many of the individuals who are listening to me speak, so this might be for you, are not honoring the necessity of integrating intuition with your physical body. See, we got through this. It doesn't sound quite as scary as I thought it would be, sharing these messages with you. Please be aware that a little bit of preparation can make the difference between comfort and feeling at a disadvantage. Not that you need to go and hoard supplies, but I believe that you just need to take time to consider what happens if the lights go out for 72 hours. Europe is being prepared for that reality, with pamphlets being sent out to people across Europe. I made sure that that was indeed true and not just a media report that I saw on mainstream media as well as social media. I actually reached out to friends that live in France and said that they did receive the pamphlet about how to prepare for a lack of primary resources for 72 hours. So look at the lists that are available. I'll put a link below on how to be prepared and how to set yourself up for success. It is imperative that you take time to continue to build strength within your body so that you are building health and that you're capable of the endurance that's required of us, not just for the month of May, but for this entire year. 2026 is looking better to me, but that being said, many of us are so fatigued from the last 5 years and are in a place of feeling like there isn't hope. I want you to understand there's always hope. Whenever we hit these obstacles, there are ways for us to come together, bring our light to combat the shadow. Even ancient Egypt, with its plethora of wisdom, was overcome with its antiquated approaches to slavery, for example. And there's much I love about ancient Egypt, but there's also much that we have learned and much that we will still learn from the deities and from the ancient systems that have been set up around the world, not just with ancient Egypt, but with ancient civilizations around the world. Now, if you are interested in diving deeper into how to spiritually awaken, to be more empowered with your intuition, if you're interested in wanting to learn how to channel, how to find a way to live in spiritual alignment day by day, despite the intense energy that we are flowing through, then please, in the link below, check out Soul 30. It is my newest program where I teach you spiritual foundations that are practical for your life. I will be teaching you specific techniques to help you understand what a download is, how to connect to your higher self, and ultimately how to use your energy to not just enhance your life, but to enhance the world that we live in. So with that, I say light and love. May the way forward be surrounded with protection. May you be guided. May you be blessed. And may you know that with courage and a brave heart, you have the capacity to overcome anything. See you in my next prediction video.